Let's pretend this is your image. It's a nice square. Each of these squares is a pixel. So right now we've packed the pixels all close together and it makes a coherent image. You've got a lot of pixels per square inch. If you were to take these and move them further apart, hopefully more neatly than I'm doing here, you can see we get a larger size, but we still are only working with the same amount of pixels. And your image potentially could look softer because now the pixels that, when they're scrunched together, make a nice, sharp, coherent image, now they're further apart. So things are going to look a little bit more out of focus, a little bit more soft focus. There are techniques in Photoshop or with third-party softwares such as Topaz, such as Gigapixel. What the computer is doing is it's taking a look at the pixels you've got and the size that you want to go to, and it is deciding based on the pixels around it what should go there, what should go there, what should be there, is it something different there, and it's filling in that information. So for instance, say ideally, we had said before, we want to be at 300 dots per inch. We want it to be all nice and close, but at that size, say it's only 8 by 10, and really you want something that's going to be 20 by 30, let's say. The first thing that I would do is I want to work with the pixels that I have before I start adding more pixels. So in Photoshop and in Lightroom, there is something where you go into image size, you can turn off the resample image checkbox, which is telling Photoshop only use the pixels that I have. And then as I enlarge my dimensions, as I start going 20 inches by 30 inches, my resolution is going to start going down. At a certain point, usually at a 150 dpi, anything below that, you're going to look really out of focus. At that point, I can decide, oh, it's getting too out of focus. So then I need Photoshop to help me add pixels. And I don't want to go from the 8 by 10 to the 20 by 30 in one big jump. It's recommended to maybe go in smaller jumps. Just increase it 10% at a time. And you can do that in Photoshop and in Lightroom. When you go to image size, instead of saying a particular inch, just say a percentage and put in, say, 110. So 100, this is what I've got, plus 10%. And just jump in those increments. It keeps the math calculations down, so it helps Photoshop to not have to think too hard to get up to that great big size, and you're probably going to get better results.